We will always be connected through our efforts of teamwork. It has been a long, hard road. Our journey has just started, and we will have many more struggles and many more joys in life. If we continue to focus on teamwork, we will continue to succeed and reach our next goals in life. Thank you for all the great memories, and I wish you all the luck in the next stage of your life. We are soon to become the Mayo High School class of 2010 forever.
Our second student speaker this afternoon is Lucas Matern. He is the son of Dietrich and Laura Matern. Lucas has participated in swimming and diving and cross country during his time at Mayo High School. However, one of his favorite memories was competing with his teammates at the State Knowledge Bowl competition. Lucas has always been fond of this particular quote from Herodotus: "Success is not the absence of failure, it is the absence of envy." Next year, Lucas will attend Columbia University in New York to study biochemistry. His speech is entitled, "The Hydra." Please welcome Lucas Matern.
Good evening. The Greek philosopher Aristotle addressed his students almost 2,400 years ago with the following words. First, have a clear, practical ideal, a goal, an objective. Second, have the necessary means to achieve your ends. And third, adjust all your means toward them. This evening, in the age-old spirit of Aristotelian logic, I'd like to apply this timeless advice to our graduating class. First, my initial premise. The world is not perfect. Our predicament calls to mind the story of the famous Greek hero Hercules, who was forced to complete 12 harrowing labors. In the second of these, our protagonist had to slay the Hydra of Lerna, a reptilian monster with many poison-fanged heads. Indeed, such a Hydra looms over the future our class is now inheriting, menacing us with innumerable trials. It rears its writhing bulk, snaps its menacing jaws, drips its sizzling toxins. The ugly, teeming heads of this beast are called violence, oppression, environmental crisis, disease, hunger. Today, alas, there is no godly, mythical Hercules to drive it off. Nevertheless, we ourselves are well equipped to overcome this hissing beast. Our world can be protected, changed, bettered by the efforts of our optimism, our perseverance, and our educated actions. These are formidable forces to be reckoned with, forces which provide the true potential to banish the fearsome Hydra from our midst. To affirm my second premise, our class of 2010, without a doubt, has this unique potential. At the root of our strength lies optimism. Each of our souls has its own song, one that wields the power to influence others. It is crucial that our voices be kept from faltering, and it is this glorious music of those voices in harmony, this element of hope, that creates the bonds capable of connecting humankind to its very core. In adversity, optimism can be scarce, yet we have an abundance of it. Our inferred conclusion is simple. We, the graduating class of 2010, can and will change the world. We can and will allow our powerful, positive influences to pervade society. We can and will uplift the spirit of humanity. Granted, that was a weighty proclamation. You might think, how can this guy behind the podium be so sure of such a lofty statement, of something that is apparently yet to happen? But I assure you, this isn't mere foreshadowing. In truth, our labors have already begun. I have seen this willingness to learn and work and care in our classes, and so have you. We have witnessed our strength, our positive influence, in our support of charities, in student commitments to tutoring, in efforts to introduce green power and to keep our city clean. We have seen it in our determination to maintain lifelong learning, in our embracing of diversity, even in a single student's willingness to help pick up another's dropped papers in the hall. Thus, fueled by optimism, we have taken our first strides down a path of respect, responsibility, and learning. Mayo class of 2010, may you continue to follow your honest footsteps wherever they may lead. May you never surrender to the Hydra, and may you find happiness, fulfillment, and meaning among all your labors. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Jeff Lundy. Jeff is finishing his 23rd year of service to the Rochester Public Schools, 19 of which have been at Mayo High School. Mr. Lundy currently teaches human geography, psychology, AP psychology, and modern European history. The class of 2010 has honored Jeff by selecting him as our staff speaker this evening. His speech is entitled, "To Be Determined." Please welcome your staff speaker, Mr. Jeff Lundy.
Good evening and welcome everyone on behalf of the teaching staff of Mayo High School. Before I begin the commencement address proper, I'd like to take a moment to make an acknowledgement. 4 years ago, when this group of students entered Mayo High School, we also welcomed a new principal, Tim Dorway. And now, 4 years later, Mr. Dorway is also moving on. He's leaving Mayo and going to Chanhassen, which is home, not coincidentally, to the renowned Chanhassen Dinner Theater, where Tin Man Tim Dorway hopes to breathe life into his beloved portrayal of the Tin Man in a musical revival of The Wiz. Or he may be becoming principal of the district's new high school. We're not actually sure which is motivating him. But Mr. Dorway will guide Chanhassen's brand new high school building through the creation of its own traditions, a task for which he is uniquely well qualified. Mr. Dorway has displayed to us a wondrous sensitivity to the needs of high school students because, quite frankly, he's still kind of a kid himself. In addition, he has proven to us that he understands teachers as only a true master teacher can. So, Mr. Dorway, I know I speak on behalf of the entire staff of Mayo High School in expressing our gratitude for your wise and inspiring leadership these past, all too brief 4 years. You'll be leaving some very large tin shoes to fill. And so, from the depths of our hearts, we thank you and we wish you joy and wisdom in your new position. I'm pleased and proud to stand before you as the representative of the faculty, but I'm also proud to stand before you as the parent of a graduating senior. Zach, where are you? There he is. There he is. Okay, good. Did Rachel help you with your mortarboard? Okay, good. That's the hat thing, is the mortarboard. Okay, looks great. We're very, very proud. Yes. I've received very clear instructions to keep this address short. I heard it said at another commencement this spring that if you can't say something meaningful in 5 minutes, 25 minutes more probably isn't going to help. So let's get started. Here's the question I'd like to address somewhat quickly. Why is this graduating business such a big deal? What is this really all about? The analogy I'd like to work from is that of your life as a story. Obviously, your life has had many episodes or events. These events are clustered into chapters of your life, such as the early years, the 7th grade year, the family vacation to North Shore, wherever you might have been. But tonight, you are not merely experiencing a memorable episode, nor even beginning a new chapter. Tonight, you are wrapping up the first volume of your life called childhood and celebrating its successful completion. And tomorrow, you begin the new volume called adulthood. Indeed, before us tonight will play out what is probably the only rite of passage into adulthood that our society universally accepts. Some might say graduation is about your accomplishments of especially the past 4 years of your life, your high school career, but I don't think that's what this is really all about. This is called a commencement. A commencement is a beginning. And it's called a beginning for a reason. It's the beginning of the adulthood of your life's narrative. Stories in your narrative